All right, you guys. So, hey, I thought maybe it was time I shared with you something kind of interesting about the story about how I wound up with my pup, Aries. So, it all actually started out with Red Monkey, who, by the way, no longer has legs because Aries has surgically removed them. Uh, so, everything was very serendipitous with me getting this pup. And it started out where about a year and a half ago, I kept thinking I really wanted a dog. And I was raised with a blue heeler for 19 years. It's the only breed I've ever really known. And they're very unique breeds. You know, they are not breeds that you just randomly get. If you don't know this breed, you know, please don't go out and get one because they are work dogs, they're cattle dogs, they are more like people than they are like doggies. They have to have a lot of property, they have to be able to run, they have to be able to have jobs that they do. They're notorious nippers because that's what they do. They nip cattle and, you know, make cattle go the way they're supposed to. So you got to know that, you know, they're not intended to be apartment dogs, city dogs. They need space and they need jobs, and they want to be with you 100% of the time. And they get very frustrated if they are not. And it's just, you don't want to take on one of these dogs thinking that they're, you know, the family pet that most dogs are, because they're not. They're going to be your companion for life. They're long lived, but they are not dogs that you get if you're looking for a fuzzy, cuddly baby. Now, he is very cuddly, but he is attached to me like the way only a person typically would be, which is an amazing thing. But at the same time, it's like I say, it's just very different animals. And that's the only breed I wanted. Well, it meant that Aries, sit. It's the only breed that I wanted because that is what I'm familiar with. And I finally had a slightly different lifestyle that I've never had before, where I'm working from home and I'm able to be with a dog all the time. And I've never had that. I've never been in one spot. I've never not been gone all the time. So this is very different. So I thought, I contemplated for over a year, like, is this going to be something that I could really see being sustainable and do permanently? So I thought, and I went on this big old walk, and I was meditating on that, as I tended to for months on end. And I see this little monkey toy in the gutter, and I walked past it, and I kind of froze, and I came back over to it, and I stared at it, and I thought, that'd be a good little dog toy. And I don't know why that's what went through my head. It just did. So I picked up this dirty little monkey toy out of the gutter, and I took it home and washed it, and I wound up hanging on to it for the next couple months. And little by little, other things started to show up. I was at a garage sale, and I noticed there's this leash, and I go ahead and I buy a leash because it's 25 cents. Why wouldn't you buy a leash? And it turns out it's a red leash, right? Just little things, bit by bit, I come across, and I'm like, good items, good dog toys, good things. So finally one day, I'm like really feeling pretty ready. I want to get a dog. I'm convinced I'm going to do it. And I'm talking to my mom on the phone, and I tell her this, and she's like, okay, are you sure? Like, you know, come on. Your life has never been conducive to this. You know, serious, like, think about how it would change things, blah, blah, blah. You know, all the things a good mother advises someone against if they're thinking about becoming a mother of any kind. And I'm like kind of emotional that day. And I'm like, yes, Mom, I need something to ground me. I'm ready to be grounded. And I want a dog that will go anywhere with me. And so I'm intentionally wanting a breed where you can train them almost to be a person, and then they can go everywhere with you. So I go downstairs to throw away my garbage, and my mom is saying to me, yeah, but all the items that you need, I mean, you got to have a pen. Like, how are you going to go get a dog from a local shelter? You know, they can just be free in your car. And I look in the dumpster, and no joke, there is this big, huge pen. And I go, Mom, hang on, I got to put the phone down. There's a pen in the dumpster. I got to climb in there and grab it. And she's like, wait, what? And so I went dumpster diving, and yeah, it's an amazing pen. It was a little bit bent up, not too bad. And it fits in the entire back of my car, actually. It's perfect. It's a little bigger than what I needed, but I'm glad that I have more space. And I get back on the phone with her, and I'm like, okay, you're not going to believe this. And she goes, I don't believe you. I said, no, it's for real. So I have to like take a photo and send it to her so she knows I'm not like pulling her leg. And it's like, okay, apparently, and she even said, you are meant to have a dog. Okay, I hear you. It's time. Talk about a sign. So I go ahead, and that afternoon I start looking for pets. I call all the local shelters. I expand my search. So it's a 100-mile radius. I'm looking across state lines. Nobody has the breed that I want. The one or two that I see, they're blended with other breeds that can be a little bit more aggressive. And because this breed already has that nipping tendency, I definitely wanted to be careful about what blends there might be. So I really wanted just a straight up blue heeler or red heeler, a Australian cattle dog. And so I wind up finding on Craigslist, because that's the next place I look, I wind up finding just a couple who happens to have some property. They've got like a small ranch, and they had a blue and a red heeler. So his daddy turns out to be the red heeler. His mama was a blue merle. And I see that, oh my gosh, this is perfect. They had a litter of pups, and there's just a couple of puppies left. The other ones were spoken for pretty quickly. And I said, this one right here. And there was no doubt. There was something about his little mask. I really like it when they have the mask around the eyes. You can get such a variety of blends of coloring on these guys, but I was very particular. I wanted one that reminded me of our Matilda that we had for 19 years. And so that's what I wound up with, and I just melted. I just knew that picture was my doggy. And it was just so funny because every other item that I started to, purchase as I was prepping to go get my doggy, everything tended to be red. I kept finding red, red, red. And, his birth date makes him an Aries, which the color red is associated with Aries. And I decided his name is Aries. So everything just kind of fell into place. Everything was exactly what I needed when I needed it. And he has been the absolute best thing of my life in these last couple years, I would say. There is something I was so ready, as it turns out, and everything, because I was ready, because maybe I waited until like the universe brought it in. Maybe that's why this has worked so well. I don't know, but it's been kind of not just serendipitous. Aries, calm, calm. I'm still working with him on not nipping quite as much when he gets excited. Yes, my love. And he's so gentle. He doesn't ever nip out of meanness. He only nips when he's, he needs to play tug of war right now. He's teething currently, and so I have a billion teething toys, but honestly, nothing is better than still Red Monkey. This is his most favorite toy. We do a lot of tug of war with him, but that's what he needs right now. He's getting real muscular in his little chest. So every day that he gets bigger, I can see like another growth spurt, more muscle mass. He needs more upper body energy workout. And these dogs are very, the shape of their chest is enormous. They've got slender hips and then this huge, thick chest. That's where all their power is. They're pretty low to the ground too. He'll only be about 21 inches tall max. And so he's like one of these guys they're fast. They're really fast. Do not eat the monkey fluff. I don't even know how there's more fluff in his monkey. Give it to mama. Yeah, he tends to still, Aries, come here, my love. I don't want you chewing on monkey fluff. He still is learning some rules, but I guess he's only 4 months old, so there's lots of training still to do with him. Anyway, I thought I would share that with you guys. If you have a serendipitous story about how you wound up with your perfect pet, also let me know. I love to hear other people's stories, but that's mine. So anyway, that's my love. That's my Aries. All right, you guys, take care. And I got all the rest of the fluff. I win. All right. Anyway, take care, you guys. Bye.